Hey, you guys, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki, and today I'm bringing opportunities for advertisement on my channel. If anyone is interested, they can email us at knottylove2020@gmail.com. Our prices are affordable and reasonable, and please reach out to us. We can start our videos with any commercials that you would like us to advertise. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out. One. Hey, you guys. Good evening. Welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki. Bring you the latest and trending topics, and I vlog my life. And today we're going to get into a few trending topics. We're going to get into Beyonce's and Addias deciding to part ways. All right. I want to get into Pastor Scott's interview. It was so good. Earlier, he was on the Juice radio and talk show, and he gave such a profound interview. I want to give a shout out to Juice Radio. Y'all did that, okay? And congratulations on your 1K. Yes, you already got the 2K in one day. So go ahead, Juice. I'm so happy for y'all over there. We're not gonna do the whole interview, but I'm gonna just do like the key parts. I'm gonna give everybody a chance to load up in the room here. Please make sure you're hitting that like, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and hit that bell button so you can be notified when I update content to my channel. Also, leave comments and share my content on your different social media platforms. So I hope everybody had a wonderful, happy Friday to everybody. Yes, I know I did. The weather is gorgeous on the East Coast. And you can't beat it. We got over in New Jersey and on the East Coast like a fat rat this year with winter. This is one of the mildest winters we have had in a long time, and Lord knows I needed a break. I did not feel like shoveling snow. Nope, nope, nope. So please leave comments. Let me know who's in the building, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. Oh, and shout out to Gabrielle, Sarah Baby, I think it is her handle. Shout out to her for sending me the full story because I was actually looking for it. We're gonna get into Beyonce first. I dropped the link just in case anybody wants to come up and join and sound off on the topics. Okay, so shout out to TMZ for dropping this footage. Make sure everybody can see. There it goes. All right. So Beyonce and Addias mutually agreed to part ways after $50 million decline in sales. I mean, I think it has something to do with the pandemic. People aren't shopping as much. There will be no summer renaissance for Beyonce and Addias this year. The two powerhouses have mutually agreed to part ways. The Wall Street Journal reports Beyonce's custom clothing line, Ivy Park, fell way below its 2022 sales projection of $250 million, only bringing in roughly $40 million to close out the year, which I think that's a pretty good payday anyway. Those shoes are cute. So the numbers were also considerably lower than 2021's tally of $93 million in fresh marketing campaigns with celebs such as Irina Shayk Yara Shahida, Megan the Stallion, and current hip hop it girl Ice Spice weren't able to rouse the public interest at the cash register. Okay, so here's Ice Spice's ad. You could check her out on Instagram if you want to see the full ad. So before cutting ties, 2023 projections were shifted from 335 million to 65 million. Beyonce's contract is finished at the end of the year, but is still on track to earn her 20 million annual salary. So I mean, she's still walking away with a good payday. What's also interesting about the split is Beyonce is set to embark on her Renaissance World Tour, which could have brought in a huge merch sale for Ivy Park. The news spells more shaky grounds for Addias. They're also expecting a crazy $1.3 billion loss in sales this year following Kanye's West deflection. So there you have it, Naughty Crew. Let me know what you think about them partnering ways. I feel like it's still a good deal for B. She's still winning. She is still winning. And I'm sure she's going to come out with something else. I mean, she's a powerhouse. Cannot deny it. Let me know what y'all think about them parting ways. I think it's a good thing they parting ways with all the shadiness Adidas has been doing lately. hmm I do. I do. But me myself, I do not own Ivy Park anything. So I don't know. The prices just be a little bit outrageous if you ask me. And I'd rather put my money elsewhere. Thank you very much. So shout out to TMZ for dropping this article. I don't think Beyonce is going to lose any sleep over this. Okay, she's still going to be a billionaire at the end of the day, and she's going to keep winning. All right, up next, I want to get into the escape drama because it's everywhere. It's beef in these streets everywhere amongst the R&B divas. Okay, as you know, the Scott sisters, they have been going through some tough times as a family. All right, hey Sebastian,
Hey Nadi, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining. Do you want to sound off about the Beyonce parting ways with Adidas? What do you
Well,
think?
the thing is, I'm gonna say something problematic, but it's okay. I started not to really like Adidas ever since the whole Kanye fell out thing, because y'all know the man's sick. Yeah, y'all know the man's sick and all that. Instead, y'all should have tried to make sure this man gets his meds, but y'all were just quick on the rope to remove him. But
Okay.
I heard they're starting to like mend ways or something. But yeah, as I'm saying, because he's actually an asset to them. They need Kanye to survive. It's the truth. They need Kanye.
I think so too. I think they needed Beyonce, but
They
I
needed
think
Beyonce too, and we're gonna see what's happening. Their company might flop badly. Um, yeah, that's really it.
yeah, no, I agree with you. It was shady from when Kanye started ranting about it. Now they all of a sudden working everything out because they stuck with all this inventory that they need to get rid of.
And his fans are not buying them. While his name's not gonna be on them.
I'm just saying, I'm not buying it. I never was a big fan of the Yeezy thing anyway. I'm good off of that. It's not. I don't like looking like a alien.
They're comfortable though. They look like my father said they look like little boxes. They look like
They are
boxes.
comfortable. I give them that, but I could find comfort cheaper.
Yeah, you're right. Like Hirachis from Nike.
Exactly. Look, I'm good with a good old dollar store the dollar flip flops from Old Navy. Give me a pair of those, I'm happy. Okay, I go minimal places.
Yep.
But next, I'm getting into this Scott drama with Escape.
Ooh. Ooh.
I know you were there for the interview
Hmm.
earlier
I
for
was in the
Juice
comments.
Radio. Yes, it was so good, right?
Oh yes, it was.
And I thought it was very telling. I really, really did feel like it was very telling. I'm glad he came out and told his side because somebody lying, Sebastian. Somebody's
Yes,
lying.
there was lies on one side. The thing is, I was glad he was saying how like him and Gloria both parted ways out of the relationship. They both had significant others, and that I believe that because we all see Mama Gloria, we all know what the type of woman she is. So
Hmm.
so I believe that 100%.
I believe it too. Sounds like she's a little bitter, and it sounds like she wants to take all the credit and she wants to get all the clout.
And I
And
didn't like how some people in the chat were like, was he supporting them with child support? Was he paying child support? Like, the thing is, if he was really active in their lives, I don't see the necessity of child support if he was there, even when like there were emergencies and stuff like that.
hmm
They just were not in the same home. That's the thing. Child support doesn't have to necessarily be monetarily. Child support is supposed to be there emotionally as well, physically. So
and I just don't get the other thing that gave me pause is how badly she wanted to portray their father, and that's your kid's father.
mhm.
Like, I don't believe in bashing the other parent.
And on national television, it was naughty on national television.
That was so messed up. So he had every right to come speak out. Hey, Curves. Hold on, let me let Curves in. Hey,
Hi, you
Curves.
guys.
Hi,
Welcome, welcome,
curves.
welcome.
Thank you. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. We got into number one, Adidas parting ways with Beyonce. Well, it was a mutual agreement.
That's what they
Someone's
said about
echoing.
Kanye too, right? Like, was it mutual?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Someone's echoing.
I
that's
know.
I'm in a room that echoes. Sorry. Is that
Okay.
better?
Yes, that's better.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, that's crazy that they would cut ties with two of their biggest lucrative deals, and it would both be amicable. But now they're begging Ye to come back, from what I heard.
I think they're going to be begging Beyonce to come back. I mean, everybody's numbers fell during this whole panty that we all went through as a world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, but I still think she was making pretty good numbers. I think
I
it,
wanted some.
yeah, I think they jumped too soon to part ways because B is a major investment. Okay. You're talking long term money.
Yes, you
And
are.
then isn't the Beehive like a bajillion strong? Like they need to keep her.
Speaking of the
Seriously.
speaking of the beehive, some beehives are going to Europe to go to the tour because it's cheaper there.
Yes. I saw that, Sebastian. I have that article. Hold on, I'll pull it up for you guys.
It's
Is
cheaper there.
is it price gouging that the tickets are so high you got to go out of the country to see the concert? Because
Yes.
I just saw that Drake, somebody from a Drake thing was suing because of ticket gouging for Drake tickets or something.
Yes, people are literally going outside the country to go see the Beyonce. The
Are they that
closest
much cheaper? I mean, because by the time you pay airfare and
That part, naughty.
well, aren't isn't the tour launching in like August or something?
yeah,
So
yeah.
they'll probably buy their ticket now. So airfare is probably cheap as hell.
Yeah, shout out to Hollywood Unlocked for dropping this footage. Just saying the demand for tickets to Beyonce's Renaissance tour has been overwhelming, with fans for all over the world wanting to attend a show, which is undoubtedly a testament to Bey's star power and her ability to draw a crowd. But with such high prices, it is no wonder that many people are now finding alternative ways to see Bey in concert by only paying a fraction of the price. So in less than 2 months, Beyonce will kick off her first show in Stockholm, Sweden, and according to NBC, a lot of people are said to be making plans to fly out to Europe to see the Heated Singer concert because the ticket prices for her shows in the US are too expensive. I feel like they are very, very expensive. And can I tell you why? And I'm a big Beyonce fan, you guys. You're a billionaire already. How much money do you really, really need?
Oh, someone was because literally, front row tickets. Because I'm in New York, but I'm very close to Canada. I'm like
Hmm.
closer to Canada than I am to New York City, and the closest performance would be in Toronto. She's having a performance there, so I was looking at the tickets, and they were like almost $2,000 to $3,000.
So like, is it really making a difference? I mean, what's the or is it the currency transfer, right?
It's
Like,
not just the currency transfer. With the $3,000, if it's cheaper there, it's a fraction of the cost just for the concert. The rest of the money you could probably get in a hotel or an Airbnb, especially Airbnb is very cheap and everything.
And a trip to Europe.
And a trip to Europe.
But
I mean,
those are
I'm
like
good with an
BravoCon.
HBO special, if you ask me.
Those are BravoCon prices, and BravoCon was for a week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're right. Those are BravoCon prices.
Hmm.
We got a special guest behind the scene, guys. My daughter. She doesn't like the camera, but she's here.
Hi, that's so awesome.
Yes, yes. But do you guys feel like it's worth it to go all the way overseas? I mean, I think if you make it like a trip and stuff like that, it could be worth it. But I'm good with the HBO special, surround sound
Me
for
too.
free.
I'm good with the HBO special. You shouldn't, as an American, to be in the quote unquote best country in the world, you shouldn't have to leave for your entertainment. Like the rest of the world is watching us for entertainment, but we got to go there to watch us for entertainment too. That's not cool. It's matching our gas prices, our egg prices, and all the other
Ooh.
prices in
Ooh.
between.
And let me tell you, things are so expensive. Shout out to my homegirl Phyllis. She just blessed me with $100 worth of free food. Okay.
Right?
And she just, needed me to help her, like take her around and stuff. So I'm forever grateful because food prices are so high.
Right?
Eggs. Eggs.
Yeah,
Eggs.
the eggs. The eggs.
I only
For
get
some
my
reason,
eggs
our
from
eggs came back
Costco.
down. You know what I feel like they do with the prices is they make everything super high. Sorry, they make everything super high, and then they lower it back down, and then the new normal price is $5, and you're like, oh well, at least it's not 7.
Exactly. Hey Royer. Hey Feds. Thanks for joining.
Hi,
Thanks for joining. We're getting into some trending topics. We got into Beyonce and Addias parting ways, and also we got into how fans are flying over to Europe for
someone you can play
Beyonce
later.
tickets.
Amazing. Is
They
I know
are
Royer
high.
loves Beyonce. Is he trying to get there?
I don't know. I think he's putting money aside. Roy, let us know. Are you getting tickets or not? Because I bow out gracefully. Okay, because if I go, I have to take my 2 daughters. Okay, so you're talking about like an investment that I can make. You know,
Right.
where my
A
where
whole college fund. A whole
my
college
college
fund.
fund. Oh,
Dang.
he already has tickets to the ATL show. Okay.
Really? Does he mind us asking how much did he pay for his tickets?
And are
Like,
you
does
gonna
he?
vlog it, Royer? Are you gonna vlog it? Because I would look that way.
And what did he have stashed? Like all his stimulus checks for a special occasion, and he was just able to crack them on Beyonce tickets, or you know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Exactly. And then we were getting into Pastor Scott's interview with Juice Radio. I was gonna play little snippets of it. The important parts. Hold on, let
Yeah,
me
play the important parts because I was 26 minutes late. Can you start at 26 minutes?
here we go. Let's see. So this is how he came in.
Just tell my side of the story. It's up to you. Hey, you want to listen and you want to take heed. That's up to you. That's your prerogative.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Pastor Scott, my other question, and then I'm going to pass this over to our other panelists to get their questions, is for you and your family, how has this been for you and your family, this whole process?
Well, I have a lot of family members that's falling out with me, and not even, you know, not even trying to get my side. They're just going on what they've heard on social media, and I think that's so unfair. Even a person that committed a crime is innocent until proven guilty, and so I've been proven guilty before, trying to let people know my side of the story. But it's not, but really, but one side is not his side or their side, it's God's side. And that's the main thing, it's righteous side. And that's why I'm here to, to show forth that it's not about me, but it's about righteousness.
I love it. And then
So that's just kind of giving you his
way
mindset
things are being
where he's
handled. And
at.
let me tell you something. God is so displeased with what's going on in the Scott family right now. Our family's been so blessed. Our family was raised up in holiness. Our family's been raised up, loving each other, doing things together. And for all this to come up, this is the devil's job to kill, steal, and destroy. And he has really done his job. And
Amen.
I don't have nothing to say bad, but we had good years. We had bad years. But what I tell people, when your marriage don't work, ligmo, let it
Yeah,
go.
that's
Move
right.
on.
I get it. You got to move on. You've got to move on. So he does. He has a beautiful wife now, Angela. She's there by his side now, assisting with this video. Thank you so much, Angela, for, actually, Angela reached out to me and she said, "Hey, Regina, I need my husband to have a voice. I need him to have a voice. Can we come on your panel?" And I said, "Absolutely." We have done some past interviews with Pastor Scott, several interviews here on the platform. You can go back in the journal and see those other videos as well. Pastor Scott, listen, I appreciate you for being here again. Let's go ahead and continue the conversations with the panelists with their questions, and then I'm going to come back up to you, and I'm going to have you go ahead and speak some things that are on your heart that you want to say, and then we'll break and do more questions. Would that be okay with you, Pastor Scott?
Whatever your heart desires, that's what I'm here for.
I love you. I love you. All right, AT2, you're up next. What's your questions or comments for Pastor Scott? Thank you, Diva.
Yes, Pastor Scott, I have a question for you as far as when you and I know they reference her as Mama G, when you guys separated, was there any point to where, you were not in their lives? Because Latasha has stated on the first episode, and I'm going to paraphrase it, that she calls her mom on Father's Day because she was like the mom and the dad.
Well, me and Tamika have always been close. Tasha and her mom has always been close. So I understand that. When it was coming up, me and Tamika did things that me and Tasha never did. We went horseback riding, we did things. And it's because Tamika was more affectionate to her father. Don't mean that I didn't love Tasha less, but it was just Tamika just was a father's girl. And even to this day, and if you notice in her cookbook, if you have not gotten it, I advise you to get it. I just looked at it basically today, and a lot of the things that's in the cookbook is reflecting of her daddy, how he was, how he did this, how he came to the school. I mean, they got tired of me. When I was Fulton County Sheriff, I was at their school at least 3 times a week, eating lunch with them. Every event I was there. I was their manager. For those that
Oh, sorry.
So he was a sheriff that just made it even less believable that Tasha stole that money.
I was their manager. I was their security. We did so much.
What you say, Curves?
I was saying that, he just said he was a sheriff. They grew up with the sheriff for a dad, and then Tasha's going to wait to get 52 to steal some money. I don't believe it now, even better.
Okay.
Many shows. And so I was there religiously with them. So it's not been a time in that or era in their life I had not been a part of. And so the point is this, all this stuff now is coming up because mom is shooting out venom and the daughter is going along with it because that's her mom, that's her pet peeve. And I understand that. And, my thing is this, it's not been a point in their life I have not been a part of. Graduation, if it was they had a dance or they had a whatever at the school, I was a sheriff, I was there, I protected them, I provided security. So anyone that knows me, they will tell you, no, that's not the Mr. Scott we know. He was there at every event that occurred. And so, and I would like for you, everyone
Every
on
event,
Juice,
but not
get
one
with me.
single
I want you to
concert.
see this portfolio I put together when the girls first started it. And I want you to sit down and yourself and just go through this. And you can tell me, how can all this stuff be accumulated if I was not a part of their life? It goes from when they started, Natasha, I started her first record at 11 years old. And I mean, it's just so much here. Whatever happened to Randolph Scott's daughter, Latasha Scott, I had a contract with her when she was 11. So it's a lot of things I've done for my children that other parents have not. And so, and out of all this, Gloria was not even a part of none of that. But she's taking the credit now, which I understand. And hey, no harm, done. I understand because the recognition we getting from the cookbook and all this going on, she want to feel a part of it. So hey, I want her to feel like her children love her too. I will not take that away from them. But yes, I've always been a part of their life.
Okay, so I'll pause there and let you guys do comments and stuff like that on what you just heard. What do you think about this, Curves? Are you
I
there?
had to mute myself. Yeah, I had to mute myself. I was talking to the thing. I don't even know where to start. Okay, so they wouldn't have been where they were, and Gloria wasn't a part of it, but he was security, and he was present all the time, but he's never been to a single Escape concert. Contradiction. Okay, I'm going to come on here, and I don't mean to bash anybody. I'm not going to bash Gloria, but then every time he mentions her name, he mentions it with a negative antidote. Gloria spit venom in their ear. Gloria, it's like everything that he claimed he wasn't going to be like that towards her. And then every chance he gets, he is.
Curves,
So
Gloria,
that's another contradiction.
Every time Gloria mentions his name on the show, she always puts venom. She always says how she
Yeah, but she
who
doesn't
did
start
something.
the conversation by saying she's not going to say nothing about your daddy. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Well,
why
that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. You can't be talking a parent to your other child.
That's
and
what
I
don't
feel
agree
like
with.
the father has been in Tamika's ear telling her, oh, you just like me. That's why your mama don't like you. Oh, you just like me. That's why your mama don't like
I don't think that's the case.
I don't think so.
Okay. I think it is because Tamika even says, I'm just like my father. But how would you know how your father is? He's a whole generations before you. You would only know
She
if
looks
somebody
like
mentioned
him.
it to you.
She looks like her father more, though.
Not the looks. I'm not saying the looks. I'm saying the attitude. Like she said that she acts like her father, and that's why Gloria doesn't mess with her. And how would she know? How old was she when they left? If she was a child, you know how you always make your parents bigger than they are? You know what I mean? Because you look up to them. So she was a daddy's girl. And if you didn't treat your daughters different, then why did you only go horseback riding with Tamika and never Tasha? Maybe that's why she blocked you. Maybe she felt like you've been ignoring her your whole life.
Well, you're not here.
Now,
Well,
when she needed you, you weren't there. So she blocked you. You know what I'm saying?
He did say the main reason. The main reason was Latasha would always run to her mama instead. Tamika was the one who would always be under daddy's thumb. That's the thing.
And to
But
me,
he also said they used to all do things together and they was a family
They
and they used to have
did.
all the fun.
But obviously, once you get into your teenage adolescent years, your mother could spoil your ears and tell you, oh, this is
And
what
your
your
father
daddy
could be
did.
like, oh yeah,
This
you
is what
just
your
like
daddy
me.
did. This is what your daddy did. And this is why I don't want to be
And
with
your
your
mom
daddy.
is all she
and
does is
I'm
talk
sorry,
negative.
guys. Latasha comes off as a coward to me. Like she doesn't even give her father a chance to explain his side. She just goes only based off of her father. That's not fair.
I don't
Are
know.
you
There had to
agreeing
be
with
a
that, Deborah?
precipice, I feel, for her to maybe she's sitting around thinking about, and you didn't take me horseback riding, block. You know what I mean? Who
But
knows?
you
And there
have
you
to put
go.
your big girl panties on and be a grown woman and have the conversation. Okay. Like, come on. There's two sides to
Okay.
every story.
Okay, you're right. I agree. Conversations need to be had.
Another
And just
thing,
like, go ahead, Sebastian. I just go on and on.
Bravo needs to give these two sisters a show. Okay, they need to give them a show because
That's who needs the show.
this whole separate beef should have never been on the or the Queens of R&B issue. It should have been a whole separate
It
show
should have been.
because now it's taking up the whole show.
Yes, because they mama take old lady gang to a whole nother level. Okay. She and I feel like the mom's a little clout chasey. Seriously. She wants all the glory, all the fame. She wants all the credit.
I am the fifth member of.
Oh, the nerve. The nerve. All right, let's go
I had
on.
to mute myself again.
It's okay.
I
I'm
still
gonna
need
go
to
on
know
to
how old were they when he left.
11.
So Tasha was 11 and the girl is 3 years younger, so she was 9.
Yeah.
Eight. She was 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or so.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, how would she know she's like her father unless people were telling her that? And her father is the one that keeps saying, "Oh, she just like me. Oh, she just like me. You know, she's a daddy's girl." Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? So did you make her that way? And if
Well,
she is
he
8,
stuck to this. He said Tamika was up under him and Latasha was up under her mom.
because she had 3 years to be up under her dad, and she wasn't up under her dad for the 3 years before her sister got there. So I wonder what the dynamic was in the household that, well, first babies are usually mama's baby. You know what I mean? That's usually true.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like I couldn't hardly go to work without my son crying, but then the second one came, he doesn't care. He's like, who? You know what I mean?
My
But
brother couldn't stand me when I was born.
yeah, 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 yeah.
All
So
right, let's
it's
listen
all
to a
around.
little more and
I'm
then we'll
muted.
make comments.
Work it out. So they were in Detroit, my hometown, and Tamika and Candy, they apologized on nationwide television. And the first thing I said was, I told you that God has the last say. So, see, my power is limited. All of us as fathers, we want the best for our children. We want the best for our church. We want the best for our grandchildren. But God has the final say so. And I believe I wouldn't be preaching gospel if I didn't believe what I was preaching. I believe that this right here is going to bring a lot of people together. It's going to separate those that shouldn't be in your life. And that's good. I don't want to be around folks that don't need to be in my life. But God is going to work this thing out. Two things are going to happen. Number one, they're going to get it together or they're going to start preaching the gospel.
All right, Pastor. Go ahead
That's
and let them know that.
I'm
I
declaring
love that.
because nobody. I don't want my family to be bickering and fussing, and it hurts me every time I turn around and every day I'm getting an inbox and text every morning. I can show you a list of things. I wish I could got $1 every comment or every complaint. Man, I wouldn't have to work for the next 3 or 4 years. But the thing
Wow.
we gotta
We
always
could we could work that out for you, Pastor Randolph. We could get you behind the paywall.
Mem can take care of that real quick.
hold you to that. I'll hold you to broadcast. I don't want to see the broadcast.
Oh wow.
And about the $30,000 check, see, this is new to me. Before I can even say anything on that, I've got to, try to do some research because I don't know anything about a check. And isn't that sad? I'm a daddy, but I'm sure mom know, but I don't know about any check. I can't tell you today that Rocky and Tasha got married. I just know that he has identified himself as her husband. So I don't know these things. I couldn't prove documents of when they were married or about a check or about this. I have not watched it. And I'm not going to watch it because this is something that is not going to do nothing but just cause more confusion.
Wow. I would like to say this also, or relating to that question regarding this 30,000 and Pastor Scott's comment on this. Tamika did say on the show that she had not even told her husband about the $30,000. So if she did not tell her husband about it, why would she tell her father? So let me
Because
go
she
ahead
told
and
him
just throw it out and clear that up. Go ahead, Mims.
because
Wow.
she told her mother.
She told her
addressed it-
mother.
She
Right,
addressed
she
it
told
with
her
her
mother.
mom, so I didn't
Yeah.
know if maybe she had also told the father as
I
well.
get that. I get that. Yes, I understand. And I'm understanding that, that question would be there. But like Pastor Scott just mentioned, he says he's quite sure she had mentioned or the mother knew about it. Maybe not by Tamika, but the mother allegedly may have known about it. But Pastor Scott, thank you so much for that. And thank you, Mims. Mims, did you have another?
We'll pause there because we talked about the $30,000. What do you think about that, Sebastian?
Um, I do believe that Latasha did take the $30,000. I think she did.
I believe
I
it too.
I don't think she just took it like that. I think obviously she had Rocky. I think she allegedly did take the $30,000. It's just
How about this, Sebastian? Maybe she didn't know about it. Maybe her husband did it behind her back, like he's doing other things behind her back.
Thank you. I'll be more willing to believe that than that she
yeah.
is in on it.
Yeah, I see that too. I actually was gonna say that I don't think she'd be the big fish in it. I think it would be obviously Rocky who's the big fish in said issue. Because Latasha's not that smart. Because you clearly see she cashes checks that she can't even write.
Exactly.
When did she do that?
This whole gospel thing, she sounded like a goat too when she was performing at Motown Gospel.
No, she didn't sound like no goat. Candy is the only goat.
Candy does sound like a goat, but Latasha sounded.
Can I, to your point, Curves, when it comes to their voices, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Latasha overruns to
She
compensate.
does. She shows off all the time.
Yeah, and I just want to hear you sing.
Right.
You know? Now, as far as Candy, her voice ain't for everybody, but she can hit a lot of octaves, okay?
She can.
And she can produce some albums, all right?
She can. She's super talented. Her business acumen is on par with the most genius of them and the most successful. She is like definitely to be admired and inspiring in all of her business endeavors.
I'm waiting for Tamika to drop the receipts. And the thing
That's
is,
all I want.
The worst part is that I'm trying to explain that people have a hard time understanding is Tamika paid taxes on it. Imagine paying taxes on money that you never had.
I would have been done told. I wouldn't be the only one that knows nothing. I wouldn't be the only one that knows nothing. Oh, look at you rearranged, son. That's beautiful.
I
And you
would
put the
never.
lights on. Nice.
I already have issues paying taxes right now. I have issues with it. When I know I have to pay the IRS this year, obviously.
Hold on, we have somebody in the room. Hey, Kim.
Hey, Notty. Hey, everybody. Is that Curtis and Roya?
Hi.
That's Sebastian.
Oh, Sebastian. Hi, Sebastian.
Hi.
We getting into the pastor's interview earlier on Juice Radio and Talk Show.
Oh yeah, I was listening to that. Go ahead, though. I didn't want to interrupt Sebastian.
Go ahead,
No,
Sebastian.
you can go. You can continue. I was done with what I was saying.
I just wanted to say a little bit about Candy. You know, I do like Candy. I'm not going to lie, but I can still be objective. Okay. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't like Candy or have a problem with Candy as it relates to whether she could sing or whether she can't. But at the end of the day, it's all business. So whether she can or she can't, just think about it. Even if she can't, Candy has made a lot of money on her inabilities. Okay. Mm-hmm. So nobody can hate on her for that. She's just a mastermind when it comes down to business. And yeah, she may be an opportunist, but America is a capitalistic society, and most of everybody that's making money is an opportunist. Okay. And they capitalize on what most other people can't or don't or won't. And, you know, basically that is pretty clever, to be truthful, as it relates to it. But she is really a very cunning businesswoman as it relates to it. But that whole mess with their whole thing, you know, in a way, I just feel like they should have just kind of stayed in the past and not revived this whole thing, because it just seemed like it's nothing but a whole lot of mess, and they just can't seem to get along. There's talent there, and they have a legacy to share, but it just seems so much fraught with drama. But then on the same token, I don't know. Seems like people thrive off the drama too, and it keeps parlaying into something different. Hence this show, you know. So I can't say one way or the other, because it's just, you know, 6 on one hand and half a dozen in the other. You know, they just got me perplexed.
And the mama and them, they brought it out first, and now they forced their father hand to where he felt like he have to speak out to defend himself.
Yeah, but mama is something else though. If what she said, because I know some of this stuff is drama, okay, on TV, but even if it is drama, she is off the chain. That mama is something else. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. She really is. And I believe that, and a lot of women take money in the household and don't let the husband know. So I believe that he may not know. I do indeed. But the mama is pretty. She don't seem like she had a whole lot of integrity or morals. Her moral compass seems a little bit off.
Yeah, I mean, she thinks very highly of herself for sure. She wants all the credit for her girls. That's it. She wants to make it seem like he had nothing to do with them.
Yeah, but
That's
she
the
said
same
that what
thing
is he?
the same thing happened with Mary, they mom in
Oh, I
that.
didn't know that.
Yeah, the same situation. Mom taught them to sing. And on their show, it was just like they didn't have no love for dad at all.
Mm-hmm.
They treated dad like an outsider. And a lot of times when parents when they're going through divorce, they tend to project on their kids, and it makes them feel like they have to choose a side. And it's just that's why children do not belong in adult business. Period.
They don't.
They
But
should have
you're
been.
right that men do feel like they're on the outside. I remember my father and I were watching Hidden Figures. And then I was like, there's some smart women. My dad was like, yeah, they really are some smart women. There's some really smart women. He said, but that's a good and a bad thing. So I'm like, Daddy, how is that a bad thing? He said, because smart women got too much mouth. He said, they never let men talk. He said, sometimes men want to have a say so, and they're always pushing them out. So, men do feel that way.
Yes, they do. They do. I'm gonna get back into this interview for a little bit here, and then we'll stop and make comments.
Time that me and her was divorced, that I was not a part of their life. And so that's a rumor. But then again, I don't want to bust her bubble. That's the way she feels. That's what make her feel good. So hey,
but you're still there for them.
Yeah, but I just let her feel good about herself. The fifth member. Okay, maybe they didn't need to come up with a new group called the fifth member, because I can say this, that they couldn't have made it to this day if it had not been for their father supporting them. It would have been impossible.
Exactly.
Every one of y'all, please, if you can set up a meeting where you can see this photo album I put together, where I was there from the time they were 11-year-old all the way from the time they were to now. And so how do you just all of a sudden just kick your kids to the curb? Someone that has your blood, that has never happened and will never happen. So yeah, that's her word against mine, which, hey, that if that's the way she feels, she's the fifth member. God bless you, and I hope that you find your own group that you can be the fifth member of.
Oh my.
Well, Pastor Scott, I'm going to take you up.
Okay, what do you think about his thoughts about Miss Gloria? Oh, what's her name? Gladys. What's the mama name? I forgot her name.
It's Gloria.
It's Gloria.
Gloria.
What do you think about his thoughts on that? I know, Curves, you feel like he speaks about her in a negative connotation, but she started, Curves. I'm petty.
She did start.
Yep, she brought him up on national TV. She did.
Yes, she did.
That's what she did. That's what she should not have done.
Mm-hmm.
And now he feels the need to
defend himself.
Rightfully so. And that's totally rightfully so. And they all have their own responsibility in this. However, I have to go back to when he was talking about earlier how he's been there for them and everything. I need to, where did the disconnect happen then? If you were so there, but why does Tasha not mess with her dad?
Because she got her mama constantly probably saying.
But she's her whole own grown woman now.
Well,
and now
it starts from the youth. It starts from the youth, and it stems into the adult that you become.
I agree with Sebastian.
Okay.
That's the same way it starts from the youth. The way the mother mistreated Tamika from the youth, which causes her to react the way she does on the show. React the way of being practically the black sheep of the family.
Mm-hmm. And I know someone that has gone through this situation, and him and his child's mother, they were in a relationship and things like that. And once they parted ways, all of a sudden his daughter just stopped speaking to him, right? He was so heartbroken. When I say he was like a helicopter dad, he just didn't understand why. And so finally, I think she had graduated from college or something like that. And
Uh-huh.
he went and had a conversation with her, and she said, "Well, my mom is my best friend, and she told me how you treated her. So like that was just like a sad to my heart."
Exactly. I,
And so she just
Yeah.
cut him off.
exactly. I know.
And that happens all the time.
I know this also from a cousin. Well, it's my uncle. So basically, he cheated on his wife. He cheated on his wife, but they never divorced or anything. They were
Mm-hmm.
just like, okay, we're just gonna take a break. So he lived in the basement for a while. He lived in the basement for a while. So the
Mm-hmm.
kids, all they knew, they were like they were 8 and 6, 8 and 7. So they never understood why daddy lived in the basement.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But come to find out now, the fact that they finally were told why daddy lived in the basement, which is something that they should have never found out, they ostracize him, and they're both together, happily married, but they literally ostracize him in their 20s because daddy cheated on mommy when they were 8 or 6.
That is crazy.
Exactly. That's crazy considering they're happily married and everything now. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Kim, what do you think about them? How he spoke about them divorcing?
Well, I'm going to say this. Based on to piggyback on what you guys have said, I've kind of came from that circumstance my own self. Okay, there
Mm-hmm.
was problems in my parents' marriage, and my mother used to talk against my father or try to rally us against them and him and stuff like that. But it comes a time though that an individual has to think for themselves. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so as an adult woman, it hit me. I was a young adult woman. Maybe I was a teenager. No, I was I was still in my teens, in my late teens, but I was still in my teens. It hit me that no matter what, she's not going anywhere. So she must like it, for one. So I'm not going to be against my father because what I need to recognize is my place. I'm the daughter. That's between a man and his woman and a woman and her man. So I'm going to step out of that and I'm going to love her as my mama and I'm going to love him as my daddy. And I'm going to tell her to back up off of it. If you don't like it, then you got options, mama, but don't put me in it. So
Exactly.
Tamika could have done the same thing, but she didn't. But everybody doesn't have that kind of foresight. But I don't
Mm-hmm.
blame him for speaking up for himself. Now, ordinarily, in most situations, I wouldn't be speaking up for myself, but I'm not in the limelight like dude is. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in the limelight like that. So when you got that kind of exposure, yeah, you kind of don't want your name being trashed out there. So I'd speak up and say my piece. Everybody else is saying theirs, I'd say mine too. So I
He's
commend
a
him.
pastor too, Kim. He's a pastor, so he has to protect his reputation, especially nowadays. How pastors are being outed all over the place for their ill wills behind the scenes. Okay, so
exactly, that's the
Yeah,
truth.
and as a pastor, you have a moral. You have to have a certain moral compass, and then your flock and everything is not going to have that much. They're not going to lend that much credence to what he says if they find out that in his own personal life that he's a crook or that he's not truthful or things like that. So
mhm.
he has to reassure them that he can lead.
I love it. I love it. Okay, let's jump back into the interview. And we'll listen a little bit, and we'll pause.
Aspect.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't text her anymore. I can't call her no more. And she has Tamika block.
Look, guys, he's talking about Latasha. Just so you know, she has him blocked. Like, won't even give him an opportunity to say his side. Like, it's
Mm.
I just think that's selfish. I guess her mother is behind all of it. But in due time, she'll reach out to me because she'll need me before I need her, which means that she'll need counsel
Right.
from a man of God. She know her dad is a godly man. Right now, she is angry because her mama is not only talking in the ear, her husband is talking in the ear, but it's negative. And I would never say anything negative. Every parent wants his child to be sufficient. They have the right person in their life that will take care of them, provide for them. And that's all I ever wanted for all of my kids was someone to love them like their daddy loved them. And so when her and Rock got together, I had in the back of my mind the assurance that he would be a good husband, a good provider for her. And that's the way it's always been. I've never thought anything less. And so for now, for her to block me, that means that they've gotten the best of her to persuade her that their daddy is, everything that people are saying now or what their mom is saying, which is not true. But the final analysis will come to light. What's done in the dark come to the light. And so I'm a true believer that everyone will see what's really going on. But I love Tasha and I pray, and that was my firstborn. I can't help but to love her. And I pray that God would just touch her heart and her mind and create in her a clean heart, renew a right spirit. Because I don't want anything happening to any of my kids. We always say we rather for the children to bury us and not bury our children. So I don't have any animosity. I want her to live her life, be productive, and just to know her daddy love her. And I hope that if she does hear this, that she'll hear that her daddy love her. I don't have any hate towards her. Anything that I've done in the past that they thought that I should have done better, I asked them to forgive me. I asked God to forgive me, and I have to go on. I can't just elaborate and stay in the past.
Amen. I love it.
I thought that was well said, but I also felt his pain as a parent. Nobody wants their child to block them and close them out of their life. And I just wonder what was done that was so bad that she had to go this far. Sebastian, what do you think about this? What he's saying?
About the blocking?
Yeah, about the
I don't
blocking.
think that's the thing. There was no reason for it to go to this far. Maybe it's just because once they got on the show, they needed to, do what they do when you get on a new TV show, start commotion with your family.
I feel like he just really wants them to work it out. And that's
He
what I
does. He
was.
does. But I wonder. I like the part where he talked. You're not up to that part yet, but I liked when he talked about his views on Rocky.
Oh, yes. Okay, I'll try to find it. Talk. I'll look for it.
Like, I think he didn't go. He wasn't invited to Latasha's wedding. He saw the wedding, like the everyday regular schmegular people like me and you, on social media. Latasha did not even want to be escorted down the aisle
By her
and
father.
by her father.
That spoke volumes to me, Sebastian. Like, why wouldn't you want your dad to give you away? Like, where's and see, this situation kind of makes me feel, it thinks back to how she deals with escape. She's just like a coward. Like, why would you? I can't stand when people tell me why I upset you. And if you don't want to talk to me ever again, at least I know why. At least I know why. We don't have to come back together and be friends, but I'm gonna need Latasha to grow up here. She's too dependent on other people, and she likes for other people to be her mouthpiece, I feel. Kim, do you have any thoughts on what he just said about his daughter blocking him and stuff like that?
Yeah, and I think the reason why she blocked him too is because she knows she's wrong. Okay, so it's escapism. All right, she doesn't want to deal with it. So a lot of people that know that they're wrong, but they don't have the kahunas to be able to deal with it, and just say, "Cause see, here's the deal: you can be wrong and still stand strong in your wrongness. You can be like, look, Dad, I don't care what you say. That's my feelings. That's how I am. Don't call me with this stuff anymore. We can be like this, that, and the other. If you don't like it like this, that, and the other, Dad, you don't never have to call me. You can stand strong in your wrong. But if you don't, and you know in your core, and she probably know in her core, and she probably regrets it some kind of way, and she can't face him talking to her because he's gonna come with love and the truth, and then she's probably divided because she's got that mama over there in her ear going yakety yakety yak yak yak, and then sometimes your loyalty has to be divided depending on the individual. And the way the mama is, and her and the mama done did dirt together because they done took that check, okay? And all the rest of that, you don't know how much more dirt she got on the man. And then that mama is manipulative. So you don't know if she said, you don't do what I tell you to do, and you go back over there talking to your daddy, blah, blah, blah. I will do this, this, and the other. So who knows, what's going on with that. But it seems like it's a deep web.
Exactly. And did you see when Tamika checked her mom. She's like, I can't keep doing this, and I'm gonna back up. Then mom straightened up.
I love Tamika for saying that too. But I feel so sorry for Tamika.
Me too.
My heart went out to her.
Yes, I just felt like she was like that little girl. She
Yes.
curled up as soon as her mom came. That energy came
Yeah,
around
did you
her.
see that though?
I saw her body language and the way it was.
You could feel that through the screen. I really felt for her.
Exactly.
I
And then
wanted to tell the
all you
mama
could
off
see,
for her.
yeah,
Okay.
but all you could see is she trying to please her mama. Ma, I made your favorite. Ma, no acknowledgement.
Yes.
Exactly. And she is like, she's trying to do everything so her mother could say, I'm proud of you or something. And there's no validation at all.
No
None.
validation at all. No laudation either. She don't applaud her or anything else. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, let's jump back into the commentary. Hopefully I'm at that area, Sebastian. 1 second.
Let it out, get it over. And so I'm happy that reality is taking place. A lot of things I didn't know that you already knew. But I want to be a better person. I want to be a better father, a better husband, a better pastor. And if I made mistakes, I want to know the mistakes I made. Show me my mistakes, and then we can negotiate them and we can move on. But if we're holding on to, like you say, you have a band-aid on it. Sometimes you can wear band-aids for years and years and the sore never get well. But as soon as you take the band-aids off, then it begins to heal. So that's what we're doing today. We're taking the band-aids off of the sores and hoping that Natasha hear it. Because Tamika's gonna stick by her dad. I don't care what happens. Like yesterday, she was sent word that I love my daddy regardless, and I know my daddy better than anybody else. Well, Tasha knows me too. It's just her mom is just telling her negative things about me, But anyway, we're not going to elaborate on Gloria. Like I said, my point, Gloria has not been a bad person. She is taking care of my kids when I was in the hospital, and so I don't understand what's going on, and I just pray for Gloria, pray for Tasha, and that's what pastors do. They pray for that have hurt them, that have scandalized their name, because that's our job. People not going to never stop talking about us. We just have to outlive a lie.
I love that, Pastor Scott. Now, Pastor Scott, the people.
Also, I want to say this. Oh, is it okay if I speak, Nosy?
Go ahead,
Naughty.
Sebastian.
Oh my God, why did I call you Nosy? Naughty. Oh God, no. Yeah, Naughty. So I also want to say this. We also have to realize that Tamika, she only went to her daddy because that was the only person who truly showed her love growing up. That's the thing. She did not get the love that she wanted from her mama.
Mm-hmm.
She did not get that love from Mama Gloria. She got it from Pastor Scott. That's why she went to him. And it's not because of favorites, as some think it is.
I don't think so either. And you notice all right. Notice if their dad wasn't in their life, I don't think they both would be married with solid families. But look at the difference in the men they chose to marry. I'm gonna leave you with that.
Read
Did
it between
Natasha
the
marry her
lines.
mama?
Read between the lines. Look at who Latasha married and look at who Tamika married. Tamika married a man who's nice and supporting of her and everything. And look at Latasha. She has this man who's controlling, who used to fool around with R. Kelly. She's
Mm.
she said it herself. This is not this is not a legend. She said it herself. He used to hang around R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Controlling, narcissistic,
Mm-hmm.
tells her what to say.
Mm-hmm. Puppet master.
Exactly. It's all the whole Kelvin Williams again. No, Kelvin Hunter again.
Exactly. Exactly. I think Rocky more like the mama, Gloria. Okay.
Exactly. She married someone just like her mama.
The one who controlled her first
Exactly.
and passed her off.
And
Right.
that's gonna be a dangerous thing for her because now she has no soul. She
Mm-hmm.
can't control herself. When I saw that man literally come in her ear and tell her what to say on that confessional, I was scared. I dropped. I was just like, oh God.
I mean, she's like loyal by default, and I'm trying to figure out why.
He probably has stuff on. He probably knows some stuff on her.
You know what I think it is? He loved her for her in the beginning when she was her bigger self. I thought she was beautiful either way, but because he loved her through that journey, I think that's why she feels like she has a sense of loyalty. Because if you look at it, Latasha has very low self-esteem. All right. Because if
Yes.
her
Yeah.
self-esteem was high, that little butt comment that Tamika put out there, she would have been able to laugh it off. Okay.
Exactly. And it wasn't even it wasn't body shaming what she said.
It
was
wasn't
just
body shaming.
it
It
was
was a figure of
hilarious.
speech. Simply that. But
I
here
know
she goes.
I know this girl who used to, in high school, she would be like, suck my D, suck my D. And I remember this other girl said, only if you had one, but you don't. I was laughing so hard.
I
It's a figure of speech.
Exactly. Exactly. Hi, JIL. Thank you for welcoming her, Erin. I appreciate everybody joining me today. We got into Addias and Beyonce parting ways for Ivy Parks. Okay. And then now we're talking about Pastor Scott's interview over on the Juice Radio talk show. Congratulations to them. They reached a 1K subs today.
Oh, they're
It was
past
so
1K
awesome.
now. They're at 2K
They're
something.
2K. I was like, look at you. Look at you taking off. All right. So if y'all want to go see this full interview, please subscribe to the Juice Radio and Talk Show. It's a very good panel. They're speaking positivity into this world. I really enjoy their panel. They talk about finances. They talk about the church, and they also talk about some trending topics. And one of the things Juice covers is the SWV and Escape Diva show. And unbeknownst to all of us, she had a good relationship with Pastor Scott. And his wife reached out to Juice, was like, hey, this is going too far. Can you let us use your platform so he could tell his side? So thank you, Juice, for allowing us to do that. Okay. Okay. All right. Sebastian, I'm going to get ready to end the show here. I appreciate you coming up,
No
joining me.
problem. No problem.
Love you long time, forever.
I
Sebastian
actually have
always.
news.
Oh, go ahead, Sebastian.
I will be creating a channel.
Yay! Did you come up with the name yet?
No, I have not. You all have been begging me to.
You should.
It will be happening very soon.
Okay, cool. So let me know, because you know I love to promote my people or whatever, and I'm more than happy to share and go live with you if you need me on the channel and things
I don't think I'll be going live because I think I'll just be doing reviews. Like
reviews. Okay, well
yeah.
I'll be in the comments.
No problem.
I appreciate you joining me, Sebastian. I'm gonna go ahead. Guys, go over to Juice Radio and Talk Show if you want to check out the full interview. He dropped some jewels, right, Sebastian?
He dropped jewels that were needed to listen to because Mama Gloria done infiltrated the Bravo universe, made this man seem as if he was a bum. He walked out on them. He didn't care about them. Like, it was just bad. It was bad. Like, I really thought this man was the devil in sheep's clothing the way Mama Gloria talked about this man on the show.
Exactly. Now you force this man to come out and tell it all, and I love it. I'm here for it. Tonight I will be going live on IG because you know I'm stepping out with my girls tonight. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna be clubbing.
A little bit, just a little bit.
Oh well, have fun.
Thank you so
Have a
much.
good night, Naughty.
Thank you so much, Sebastian. Take care. All right, you guys, there you have it. All right, we got some trending topics. Now we're going to leave it in the comments. Shout out to Roy Ayers World. Please go over to his channel and subscribe. He's trying to get to his 1K subs, and I want to be a part of that journey with him. Please remember to hit that like, subscribe, and that bell button so that you can be notified when I update content to my channel. And please don't forget to place those orders for your head wraps. We have them for men, women, babies. We have them for all. All right. If you want to know what the inventory is, go over to my Instagram page. I have everything posted up there. Just DM me in my messages and we'll set up a consultation. So I appreciate you all joining me on this happy Friday. Until next time, Naughty Crew, I'm out. Oh, let's not forget the haters.
And I wanna say thank you in case I don't thank you enough.
love my haters too. I embrace my haters over here, okay? Because that's how we want to turn that hate into love, one way or another. Until next time, Naughty Crew, I'm out. One.